And let's go. YouTube, what is up? It's Nisi here. Apparently, we have a 4v5 game with Sulky here, and he's like, I think we could have won this. I'll tell you if we could have. If I think we could have. You do have the comp for it, I'll tell you that straight up. Because no matter who AFKs on this team, there's still hope. The only person that really can AFK is Anivia. You could definitely win a 4v5 with your comp, though. Like, this is a perfectly eligible 4v5 composition, in my opinion. As far as 4v5s go. So yeah, we're not really gonna outpush these guys, and I think normally, you know, I harp on playing hyper aggro. But it's just not happening with Vayne most of the time, and I don't want to test it. Vayne tilts me, as a coach and as a person whenever I play support. It's because I just don't want to support it. I would rather dodge than support a Vayne. So good on you for sticking with it, dude. Good on you for sticking with the struggle. Because I don't want to support Gosu. Really good dodges on the hooks. Not much you can really do right now. Okay, so we have the gank coming. Here, I'll turn off the fog. So we have the gank coming. It's kind of a cheesy gank. It's a level 3 blue buff gank, which I hate. I hate this. But he does it. You get the knock up, and the guy gets munched. You know, I hate the gank, but I'm glad it works out for you guys. He gets the first blood, which I also hate, because if he's ganking, if his gank selection involves ganking with blue buff, I think he's a monkey, personally. But that's just me. I think blue buff gank is garbage. So here, you guys make an awesome play where Vayne condemns, and then you chain it with the knock-up, and then you both BM like a bunch of losers. And now, we really would like to reset and give... Hopefully Vayne goes back and gets like a BF sword. You guys should be backing. Or you should be backing after this wave, the next wave. Like, we need to get out the bot lane. You can hold off on backing, but the next one needs to be a back. Now you stay. Okay, I'm fine with this. Oh, that's the AFK? God damn. That is a brutal timing. So, yeah, I'm taking the farm now. God damn, that's so sick. You missed 2 kills. You missed 2 kills, and then, the ADC goes AFK. But, good dodges. At this point, Thresh could legit just be walking up and zoning you, and he doesn't. So, we have that going for us. Looks like they haven't figured out that he's AFK, the Vayne's AFK yet. But they should be just automatically zoning. What? Okay. Nice. So you basically 2v1. You definitely should turn back and push the wave a little quicker. But this is all good, dude. This is good. So far. You're doing, you know, you're doing what you can. They try to dive you and they fuck it up, and you shit on them. I like that you went the early Ruby too. That's pretty good. Okay, so we should be backing, and we do. Probably gonna skip the Sightstone now. Probably not gonna Sightstone anymore. Probably just gonna go ahead with the damage route now, and play for damage. That's the first thing. The guy's been gone now for about 3 minutes, and you just 2v1 them. So just build damage here, and if he comes back, you can always, you know, you can always build towards the Sightstone later. But considering you're 2v1ing, there's really no benefit to a Sightstone right now. Right? Because you're going to be under turret. Even still though, Sulky, like, when you when you are winning, you never play it like you're playing Velkoz, so you're already halfway there. Don't play support. Don't play support to get carried unless you're playing with a duo. Play support to carry. For me, the kill with the Kha'Zix, I would have sniped that if I could have. I don't know if you tried to or not. The kill up here, I would have sniped it. I'm taking every kill with Velkoz. I'm taking with Zyra. I'm taking them with even fucking Bard. Morgana, I'm taking kills. So once the Vayne has disappeared and you successfully 2v1'd, you 2v1'd. So build some damage. Let's go to work. And then that way we can clear the waves a little bit more reliably, and you obviously can handle the 2v1. You're dodging the hooks, and that's half the battle. And this way, the goal would be for me to just jam bot over and over again. You make a great flash. And yeah, you're like shitting on them. So there you go. Pack. Yeah, I can check out the Evelyn game, but it's gonna have to be tomorrow. I'll put you in the queue, dog. Thank you. So you're 3-0-3. Do you keep building? Okay, no, you actually build damage now. Cool. I would encourage you to keep the 2v1 as long as possible. As long as you can beat them, you want to keep it. Because that way you'll have them splitting XP, and then you'll make... Effectively, what we're trying to do is we're trying to keep them here without dying, obviously. Because we're effectively keeping the game 3v3 and then 1v2, which will allow us to open up the map, get objectives, get Kha'Zix huge, etc. Right?
Team double kill.
I like that we're pushing. Don't know why we don't push in here. Actually, no, it's fine. You're fine. I was like, I'm a little concerned that we're not playing aggro enough with our lead, but you don't have flash, so it's so dangerous to be pushed to this point without flash. So, oh god. Now I kind of don't like you being here. Because we don't know where their team is, and Rumble can just ult from the jungle right now. Rumble in the jungle. Yeah, we can't push in here. That's good that you back away.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
And then we see Rumble top, so we have that going for us. We group, and I think that was our first error here. Once we see Rumble top side, we're free to go. And then Anivia swaps with you. Then you're like level 10. And you chase here. I guess it's not that bad, because Graves has the flank. I'm always tempted to say shove mid, but here I don't mind it as much because of Graves funneling them to you. It's just a shame that we didn't go... Oh, I guess we can't go down river. I would be pinging mid right now and try to get everyone on it. If I was you. You don't really have time to just farm anymore. Or to like KDA stat horde anymore. Yeah, you guys are doing blue instead of pushing mid. Breaking mid down would be really nice. It's already 1/3 of the way gone. So I don't know, man. Kind of a shitty situation to be in. And all you can really do is encourage your teammates to group up and poke. Here we need to shove out bot and then probably go mid right away is what I would do. So you go down to bottom like you've done. Take the next wave too. No, that's a mistake. Take the next wave next time because you have blue buff. And you're going to jam bottom and then you're going to rotate mid because jamming bottom is going to effectively make it 3v4, 3v3, 4v4 around here in the mid lane. Someone's going to have to hold. And then you can poke down with blue buff and get this turret opened up. So that once you get the mid turret open up, this pretty much opens up the jungle, and then Kha'Zix can run around and eat people for a while. Would have been nice, I think. We're not forcing anybody to rotate. Or I mean, or you could jam and back, but like just doing this is not getting much done. You're just it's slow pushing the wave to them, and you're just denying yourself XP. That's all you're doing. So it gives them time to rotate and doesn't tax them enough. Make sure every time you back, make sure you're not just backing with a wave that's just on the fringe here. So now you pushed up. You're kind of exposed here. And I don't mean your Johnson's out. I mean that if Rumble ults over, well, you have flat. Okay, you're fine. You're fine. Oh, here it comes. Yeah. This is what I was thinking. Ooh, you shouldn't be floating, though, because they could also flank you from the side. So we didn't really poke that much with our blue buff. And you see how you set this wave in motion to be this like clunky and weird. If we had gotten it all the way up here, this would have been a lot smoother of a situation. We'd got more XP out of it. You guys are kind of split off. I would have probably prioritized after pushing. You want to run around to the back of Dragon Pit here, and you want to get to where your team's at. The reason being is because when you're split with these types of champions, it's really tough to win a team fight. When you have such high bursty damage champions where you really can't afford to isolate yourself, because you'll never be able to poke aggressively. You'll never be able to take aggressive positioning or anything like that because of where you're at. So when this dragon starts, you should recognize, like, okay, I'm playing in a mobile champ and I'm alone in a dragon fight. So immediately cut around the backside of the pit, and it's gonna make things a lot smoother for you. Notice how you can't really take an offensive position. It's great that it works out. It's great that this works out for you, but it's not always going to work out for you. I'm speaking from experience here. Like, a lot of the times what will happen is if you do this, sometimes they'll just go nuts on you. Like, Thresh will just flash flay and then grab you or whatever. I mean, I'm not really results oriented. Like, I still think it's bad for you to stand there. It's cool that it works, but just you need to consider that in the future. You need to rotate to mid here, and you are okay. Are not. I don't like how you are effectively splitting when your team is insane poke. You don't want to split. You want to poke as 4, and this is why I'm going back to what I'm saying with the dragon. Is because eventually what's going to happen is you guys are not going to be able to just poke. They're going to hard engage you, no matter how far ahead you are. And there it is, right? They hard engage your other guys while you're dinking around. And that's, you know, that's kind of where I honestly think that was your first big mistake. Like, you, at the very least, should have rotated over to mid. Because just 2 poke champions on the outsides and 2 bruiser champions on the inside. Since they're not rotating, you need to rotate, right? And I mean, calling Braves and Kha'Zix bruisers in this case is thin, but you know, you get what I'm saying.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
can't really get near that brush here without checking it somehow. If they grew a brain, they'd kill you here, 100%. You wouldn't even be able to retaliate. Three just show bottom, and you guys look to do damage. And you make the kill, which is super juicy. Are you guys gonna get Baron too? Do we back here? Yeah, back is fine. You're never gonna get a group of solo queue heroes to push. Vayne just disappears after a fucking kill. That's crazy. Crazy. Unlucky though. I don't know why this dude's going mid, but you can't really do much of anything else at the moment, so yeah, you might as well. My goal would be to try to flash blow up somebody on their team, if possible, if they defend. I don't know what Anivia's doing. You can't really do anything about that. Oh, that's such a waste. That's such a waste. We need that. That was a big waste. The reason why, it's not that like the attempt is like bad or anything. It's that the attempt is useless when you consider that your ult, when the wave comes forward, like the next siege wave leaves base soon, and when that wave gets to the turret, you can just ult them all off a turret and take it. I don't mind that you try to pick him. I don't care about that. That's not what I'm griping on. It's like right here. You don't have that ult, and you can literally just ult them away from turret right now. And that's just so sad that we don't get to. Because we have Baron, you know? And you're so fed, like you're so grossly fed right now that your ult, like you square up here and you just ult them both and they're off a turret and then you get the objective. And since you don't have like, since you have the 4v5, you don't have numbers, like you need to push someone off the turret. So getting the pick on Rumble would have been great, but more reliably just use the Baron minions and fucking ult. Like you see me do it all the time with Gangplank, I'm sure you have, where like I'll have Baron and I'll literally just drop an ult here. I'll be like, I'm ulting the turret, and I just do it, and then we hit the turret. It's the same thing with Velkoz here. Your ult has such a line of zone that we don't really get to use. And people did get so low to where we could have wiped them. Okay, so that was an example right there, as if Kha'Zix, if you'd kept that ult, that would have been nice. I'm only nitpicking you because you asked for it. Like, this is shitty that it's a 45, but that's how we could have made this work. That's what I would have been thinking coming forward, is I would have been like, okay, I need to ult these guys off and get the objective. Graves switches back to top. Not much you can really do about that. I don't know why we backed right away. It doesn't make any sense. The guy gets picked. You have speed back, so you're perfectly fine to give up mid tier 2 and push this wave to the turret first and get that a little extra bit of XP. Because you have the speed back still. Or was it just ending? No, it wasn't. Yeah, you were fine. They're not gonna push off of that. And you have the speed back, you know? You guys are splitting off again. Okay, you're grouping now. Good. Ooh, unlucky. If your timing had been a little better, you would have killed him. You want the dragon to swap to them, and it happens. I'm definitely staying in and poking here. But like I said, I'm going back to Anivia, which is good. Actually, this time is better that you rotated this way. Let's try. Unlucky. I'd be looking at that bot wave right about now. Yeah, I'd be looking at that right about now. I think you should rotate it down. And try to get your level 3 ult if you can. Graves is going to take it. You take top. There's 3 mid. Jinx is there. Definitely try to run a flank on Jinx. This game doesn't get any easier, dude. So, you got to try. You know what I mean? You got to go for stuff. It's just how it is. You don't really... We're not going to win the 2v... Or the 4v5 by not going for opportunities, so...
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Is this where we lose? Oh, you get Baron? Speed back's good. And now you need to go into mid. And we're going to try, basically we're going to try this again, where we're going to use our ult to hopefully push people off. If we can. Kha'Zix throws it again. Oh no, you're too close to the wall. Yeah, you're gonna get engaged on there, 100%. Yeah, this was a bullshit game. The only big mistakes that I saw was sometimes we didn't push waves, and this ult waste was actually like really shitty for us, because I mean 4v5 you got to play near flawless, right, to win it a lot of the time. And when we wasted the ult here, we basically gave up our chance of breaking this tower. Breaking this tower when you had Baron, before Kha'Zix makes a fool of himself because he just couldn't resist jumping in. Yeah, I think that the first the ult waste here was really costly for you on the first siege, because breaking open the mid tower and then you have Baron, you can start like bearing down on the outer stuff, would have been really nice and would have opened up even more of the map for you. But yeah, there really wasn't much else you can do, to be honest. Like, you played it pretty well. It's shitty. You played it about as well as you could have, given the action. But just remember, when you have Baron, that the biggest goal, like, you may make this mistake in other games too, for all I know. Just remember that when you have Baron, the biggest goal is to break, it's at the very least to break open inhib turret. Like, Baron's basically a free inhib turret if played right. So, it's a rough loss. You played it well, and you can't really beat yourself up over it too bad. Alright, YouTube, I hope this helps some of you guys, the 4v5 scenarios. Like I said, just build damage, and then once you have the Baron buff, really try to, you basically gotta just greed for zoning them off a turret or picking people quickly, because like the game's a ticking time bomb essentially. Alright, YouTube, thank you so much for watching. I'm out. Peace, cracks.